I don't know how to start this. Do I do my clap or do I just start talking, you know? These are the really vital decisions that I have to make every time I make a YouTube video. Hi guys, how's it going? I'm here to provide you a little bit of a blast to the past with how I made my song Velcro. This song came out, last August? So this song, kind of old news, I guess. I don't know. I've been getting some questions on this song. Like, someone asked me if I could provide the guitar tabs for the song, and another person asked me how I produced the drums. So yeah, I mean, it's only 2 questions, but I mean, that's more questions than I've gotten on any of my other songs. Originally, what I was gonna do was I was just gonna sit down and make like a quick 1-minute video of just how I did the drums, but I just figured, you know, screw it, let me just show how I made the whole song, mine as well. So this is just gonna be like a full-on breakdown of Velcro, just like I did with Post Up and Wheelie a few months back. So first thing I will note is there is one sound that is missing. It's a very minor sound. It's almost not even worth mentioning, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. In the outro of the song, there's like this fun little like bubbly kind of sound. That is not present in the session anymore because this is on my new computer and I made Velcro on my old computer, which, as I mentioned in an older video, my old computer did kind of have a partial hard drive failure. So I had to salvage as many files off of the hard drive as I could. I got like probably 99% of all my music stuff off of that hard drive, but there are still a few straggler files that did unfortunately get lost. The bubbly, fun sound at the outro of the song did get lost, it seems. I won't be able to go over that, but everything else I was able to salvage for this video, which is pretty awesome. Just to cut right to the chase for that one guy who asked me how I produced the drums, we're just gonna start off with the drums. Surprise, surprise, I used Easy Drummer. I used the Airy Q preset from the Custom Shop pack. I love this drum kit. I use this a lot for like indie rock kind of stuff. Cat's jumping around. I muted the reverb to just deaden the drums a little bit. I think what I did is I played the drum pattern on a MIDI keyboard and then quantized it just like I did for my song Wheelie. So here's what the drums sound like just with no effects, just the drum kit by itself. Okay, that wasn't soloed. All right, here we go. Then what I did is I added some REQ just to tone shape the drums a little bit. You can hear like that resonance from the kick drum is way down because of this big cut I made right here at 165 hertz. And then yeah, just boosting some presence and some high end and taking out some more low mid stuff. You know, yeah, just cleaning everything up to my liking. And then I just added some compression. Just kind of squeezes the drums a little bit more, just gives it a more tight sound. Then I used a DS10 drum shaper. It's tightening up the transients, it's reducing the sustain, boosting the attack, and we're also doing a pretty considerable amount of soft clipping to give it some more crunch. That makes it sound real crispy. Then we got some parallel compression here. Just adding more snap to those drums. Was this a little bit more EQ8? It looks like, okay, my cat wants to get out. Can you see him in the bottom corner? Yeah, there's his tail. I don't remember exactly what my thought process was here for this EQ, but I did that. Boosted the crap out of the frequency where the kick drum transient is hitting the most, I think. That's the kind of the snap of the kick, I think, a little bit. Not the snap, but just like the thud of the kick a little more. And then I'm just very lightly limiting the whole kit. You can see it's not doing a whole lot, it's just bringing down some of those peaks a little bit more. I really love compressed, squished drums, I really do. So, you know, I always use a pretty considerable amount of processing on my drums. I hope that answers your question, Aiden. By how did I produce the drums, I feel like you kind of meant like what plugins did I use and stuff like that. If that didn't answer your question, let me know. Yeah, let's go over the bass guitar now. So the bass guitar, I'm also really happy with how this sounds. The same bass line loops throughout the entire song. It's the same thing. This is what it is. Okay, all right. I keep forgetting to solo, clearly. Nice, gritty, just like reminds me of like Red Hot Chili Peppers. When I was writing this song, I was kind of going for a little bit of a Chili Peppers sound. I'm not going to go into as great of detail as I did with the drums for any of the other instruments, but you know, I'll just kind of briefly go over. We got some EQ here, just cutting out some of the extreme lows and the extreme highs, running it through an Ableton bass amp, running it through some Neutron 3, some EQ, some gating, some compressing, some excitement, and then some more compression, and then even more compression to really even out the low end, to make sure the low end is just constant. Some extra EQ, and surprise, surprise, some even more extra EQ. And then I'm running it to a return track. I'm sending the bass to this bass OD return track right here, bass overdrive. Holy crap, this has a lot of plugins on it. Jeez, what was I doing? Really, the only thing that you need to take away from all of this is that I'm using this BOD bass overdrive plugin by TSC Audio. It's a free plugin. By itself, the overdrive return track sounds like this. And then by itself, the bass guitar track sounds like this. You put both those tracks together. Just a really chunky, gritty bass sound. It sounds great. I think, yeah, next let's move on to the guitars. This is where the song started, as per usual. I dreamt the guitar parts for this song. I was spending the night at my girlfriend's house before we lived together. I don't remember what the context of the dream was. I just remember I woke up, I had this guitar smorgasbord in my head, and I actually had brought my electric guitar over to her house the night prior. So I woke up, I picked up my guitar, it was right next to the bed, and I just figured out what was in my head. I recorded a voice memo on my phone, and later that day, when I went back home, I demoed out the chorus, which is where most of the guitar parts take place. And that was the birth of the song right there. It was sick. Here are the rhythm guitar chords. Yeah, really, again, there's a lot of plugins here. I was a plugin fiend back when I recorded this song. Now I don't use nearly as many plugins. I'm a lot better at, like, sound selection. At least I like to think I am. Really, the main thing that you need to take away from this is the majority of the tone here is coming from Positive Grid Bias. This is Bias FX1. Bias FX2 is now out, but I used Bias FX1 all the way up until a couple months ago, so great plugin. I actually use this for a lot of my guitar tones, because a lot of the times I'm too lazy to mic up my amp or plug my amp in and then get all my pedals set up. 9 times out of 10, I just DI it, and then I throw Bias FX on and get all my guitar tone stuff through there. Check it out if you're a guitarist. It's awesome. Just compressing it a little bit, running it through the 69 Duo, and then just some more compression, some more EQ, and then a lot of slapback delay, actually. No, it's not slapback, but there's a pretty good amount of delay on there to just make it sound really roomy and really vibey. Then we go to this arpeggio riff. So the rhythm guitar only plays in the choruses. This arpeggio riff that I'm about to play repeats throughout the entire song. Using the exact same effects modules as I am for the rhythm guitar. Some of these settings, like some of the knobs on here, might be slightly different. Then we get down here, there's this little 2-note embellishment. That kind of just repeats throughout the chorus. Again, this part's only in the chorus, it's not in the rest of the song. Running that through Bias as well. This is the default preset that opens up when you open up the plugin. I might have turned some things off. Like, I think I probably turned the reverb off and maybe this boost or something, or the gate maybe for some reason. I mean, there's hiss in there. I don't know why I turned the gate off. And then I have this little chorus embellishment, which is the lick, like the bum ba da ba da bum bum. If you want to hear those parts in greater detail, and hey, maybe if you even want to know how to play them on guitar, I have a video where I uploaded the tabs and the chord diagrams for the guitar parts. If you want to go check that out, link in description, link wherever. If you're a guitarist, you're interested in that kind of stuff, there you go. And then in the verse and the pre-chorus right here, we have these little guitar embellishments. It's just kind of me noodling around. I really buried those in the final mix. They're very, very hard to hear, and in retrospect, I kind of wish those had popped out a little bit more. Yeah, in the verse, they're more dry. Then when we get into the pre-chorus, sending those through a really cool reverse delay right here, which is a Soundtoys crystallizer. It's a really psychedelic, cool sound. And then yeah, on there, I'm also, again, a billion plugins, but I'm using bias. Again here, just some compression, using a Tweed amp, some delay and some reverb, and I think, yeah, I got the gain on the Tweed relatively high. That's why you hear that overdriving a little bit. Then in the pre-chorus, we have these strums, these really psychedelic, like single strum chords. It's strumming the same chords as the rhythm guitar is playing in the chorus. So it's the same chords. The chord progression is the exact same throughout the whole song. That is also going to the Soundtoys crystallizer track, so that's where all that psychedelic, fun reverse delay sound is kind of coming from. Yeah, I got a bunch of chorus on there too. That's where this is coming from. It's the Reason Quartet chorus. Great chorus plugin. And then also in the pre-chorus, we have these double stop, this little double stop riff that's just like kind of chucking away. Literally just a push Tweed with the gain up pretty high. So yeah, really nice, chunky, overdriven sound. So that's the guitars. In the pre-chorus, here's what all the guitars sound like. And then it looks like right here we have this little key sound in the verse and the pre-chorus. It's literally just an A minor chord. It's Lounge Lizard. You know, there we're getting into some of the nitty gritty right there. But yeah, Lounge Lizard. And then running it through some sketch cassette to give it some really nice lo-fi vibes in context with the rest of the song. Okay, so that leaves us with the vocals. In the choruses, it's just a single-tracked vocal. It's just one guy right here. Let me expand it. It unfortunately, guys, it looks like I printed the vocal, so I actually don't have the effects here for you guys. So I have no idea what my vocal chain was. I remember using a lot of slapback delay and a lot of isotope nectar. Oh, I also used a lot of CLA2A. I had it on the limiter setting, and I just smashed my vocal through there. I barely had to do any volume automation on the chorus vocal because I was putting it through so much limiting on that CLA2A. Here's what the chorus vocal sounds like on its own. You just got what I need. I think underneath it, it looks like I have this vocal delay channel. What you play. Then we get into the verse vocal. I think I probably, I printed all these vocals, so the vocal chains are no more, so I really apologize for that if anyone really wanted to know. Here's the verse vocal. Yeah, I just want to know where your heart is, taking me on a trip to where the hurt is. Obviously, a lot of filtering going on this vocal. Again, I was going for like a really 90s kind of gritty, indie rock, Chili Peppers kind of sound, so I really wanted it to be, you know, edgy kind of sound. The hardcore filtering on this vocal here, I'm really happy with how that came out. And then underneath the verse vocal, we have some background harmonies. I just want to know where your heart is, taking me on a trip to where the hurt is. Honestly, your point of view was seen as justified. They run and hide if they knew I don't show confide, yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. So there's some harmonies going underneath the verse vocal, as you heard. And there's obviously not crazy filtering on there. I deliberately left those vocals more open sounding to contrast the really filtered out lead vocal. But then in this verse lead track right here, it also sounds like I printed in some doubles.
Honestly, your point of view is seen as justified. They run to hide if they know I don't show confide, yeah.
Yeah, so on certain phrases, on very specific phrases, I bring in some doubles. So I bring in a double panned hard left and hard right to, maybe not hard left, hard right, but they're panned left and right. Just to kind of make the vocal sound fuller and more exciting on those specific phrases. It's a trick that they use a lot in hip hop and rap, and so I just kind of used that for the verse. That's the verse vocal situation. Then we get to the pre-chorus. So if you've heard the song, you would know that the pre-chorus, there's like a bunch of vocal layers. It's really wide, and it looks like I managed to bounce down all of those vocal stacks into 2 tracks. So again, god damn it, I apologize. I don't have any of this. Here's the pre-chorus lead vocal.
We're tied up in this Velcro binding, it's absurd.
And it sounds like I printed in some doubling in here, so this might be a centered vocal track, and then 2 doubles panned left and right. And then it looks like I actually did add some extra H delay in here. I didn't do it on a return track. I did it right on the audio track itself. And then here we have all of the stacks.
We're tied up in this Velcro binding, it's absurd. Hopefully it won't wear out once a tear is heard.
So there's some falsetto layers in there. There's some layers of me singing an octave lower. There's some harmonies. Yeah, it looks like I added some extra H delay here again right on the track. I also added some Valhalla Room again right on the track. I didn't do any of this through return tracks. And then all together it sounds like this.
We're tied up in this Velcro binding, it's absurd. Hopefully it won't wear out once a tear is heard.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is Velcro. Before this song, vocals were always a huge struggle for me. I could never get them to sit right in the mix. This was the first song I ever recorded where the vocals were actually sounding kind of tight. So this song is pretty monumental. Out of the 5 songs I released last summer, this was the first song that I recorded. I recorded this in November of 2020. So this is kind of an oldie, at least in my world. Originally, I wanted the song to be like 2.5 to 3 minutes. I wanted it to be like a regular, like kind of pop song structure, but nothing was really sounding good to me. So I just ended up landing on this very short 2-minute structure. I did get some critiques from friends and family that the song was way too short, but this was just what sounded the best to me. I'm really glad that a lot of you guys seem to be enjoying it too. This is my most played song on Apple Music, so clearly people like this song, and I'm glad it's out there for you guys to enjoy. So thanks to the 2 people that asked questions about this song. I know I'm always asking for, like, you know, for engagement, you know, if you have any questions, ask, whatever. So I really appreciate it when you guys reach out and ask. It's just fun to be able to have back and forth with you guys, and I like talking to the people that watch my videos. If you want me to clear up anything even more, or, you know, if you have any more questions surrounding this song, please let me know in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to help you out and ask, or answer, rather. You can listen to Velcro on Spotify, Apple Music. You can listen to it here on YouTube. It's anywhere you can listen to music, and I hope you enjoy the song. And if you already do enjoy the song, thank you for enjoying it. I appreciate it so much. That's all I got. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks with my next freaking video. Till then, take care, and peace out.